Reason is the most fairly divided of all things is attributed to René Descartes. It suggests that everyone is born with the same capacity for reason, and that the differences in how people think or act are due to how they use and develop this natural ability, not to a lack of it. While the idea of reason being equally distributed is not universally accepted, it's a central tenet of Descartes' philosophy, particularly in his work, Discourse on the Method. He argues that reason is the foundation of knowledge, and that its fair distribution ensures that all humans have the potential to understand the world around them. Here's a breakdown of the key ideas associated with this quote. Innate capacity. Descartes believed that reason is an innate capacity, a natural endowment shared equally among all human beings, regardless of their social status, education, or background. In his famous assertion that reason is the best distributed thing in the world, he emphasizes that the ability to think rationally is not something acquired through privilege or learned from society. It is something we are all born with. According to Descartes, what distinguishes individuals is not the amount of reason they possess, but how they choose to use it. This idea formed the foundation of his philosophical method, that any person, using clear and methodical thinking, can reach truth without needing to rely on authority or tradition. In contrast to earlier thinkers who often reserved philosophical insight for the educated elite, Descartes democratized reason by asserting that every mind, if properly guided, is capable of discovering certainty and wisdom. Equal distribution. Absolutely. The quote emphasizes the idea that everyone has an equal share of reason from birth. Descartes wanted to highlight that rational thought is not the privilege of a select few, but a universal human trait. He believed that reason, our ability to think, doubt, and understand, is distributed equally among all people, making it the most fairly shared of all human faculties. This challenges social hierarchies based on education, class, or authority by asserting that the capacity for truth and wisdom lies within everyone. What truly matters, in Descartes' view, is not how much reason one has, but how one uses it, through methodical, disciplined thinking. This principle laid the foundation for modern philosophy and scientific inquiry, empowering individuals to trust their own minds in the pursuit of knowledge.
Development and application. Exactly. While everyone is born with the same innate capacity for reason, Descartes acknowledged implicitly, if not always explicitly, that how individuals develop and apply their reason can vary significantly. This variation is shaped by factors such as education, experience, environment, discipline, and personal effort. Some people cultivate their rational abilities through careful reflection and logical analysis, while others may rely more on habit, emotion, or external authority. As a result, even though the potential for reason is equally distributed, the outcomes, in terms of understanding, wisdom, and judgment, can differ greatly among individuals. Descartes' point was not to claim that all people think equally well, but rather that no one is naturally excluded from the ability to think well. The true difference lies in how that shared capacity is exercised. This distinction is crucial to his project. It means that anyone, by following a proper method of thinking, can achieve certainty and truth. Foundation for knowledge. Yes, exactly. Descartes saw reason as the primary and most reliable tool for acquiring knowledge. For him, true knowledge doesn't come from the senses, which can deceive us, but from the clear and distinct ideas produced by rational thought. By emphasizing that reason is equally distributed among all humans, Descartes was making a profound philosophical and even democratic point. Every person has the potential to attain knowledge, regardless of their background or social status. This belief breaks away from the elitist notion that only philosophers, scholars, or clergy are capable of understanding truth. Instead, Descartes argues that anyone who uses their reason properly, through methodical doubt, analysis, and reflection, can reach certainty and build solid knowledge. This view laid the groundwork for modern science and Enlightenment thinking, empowering individuals to trust their own minds and seek truth independently. Descartes made this statement because his goal in Discourse on the Method was to establish a reliable approach to correct and logical thinking. He emphasized that he was not inherently more intelligent than others, but rather that he chose to use his reason in a structured, step-by-step manner. Through this disciplined use of rational thought, he arrived at clear, philosophical, and scientific conclusions. His statement also serves as a call for humility. No one possesses a monopoly on truth, since the capacity for rational thought is equally shared by all human beings. What truly matters is how individuals choose to apply this innate capacity.
Descartes means that all people have the same capacity for rational thought, which implies that reason is inherently present in everyone in equal measure. He argues that no one is born with a perfect mind, just as no one is born completely lacking one. This view highlights that intellectual potential is not determined by birth, social class, or education, but is something universal and natural to human beings. For Descartes, what differentiates individuals is not the presence or absence of reason, but how they choose to develop and apply it. This belief supports his broader philosophical project, that through the proper use of reason, structured, methodical, and critical, anyone can arrive at true knowledge. Descartes believed that reason is the primary instrument of knowledge, not experience or sensation alone. While our senses can provide us with information about the world, he argued that they are often unreliable and prone to error. We can be deceived by illusions, dreams, or false perceptions. In contrast, reason offers clarity and certainty when applied properly. For Descartes, true knowledge must be built on clear, distinct ideas that can withstand doubt, and these come from the mind's rational processes, not from the fluctuating input of the senses. This rationalist approach marked a significant shift in philosophy, emphasizing that thinking, when guided by method, is more trustworthy than seeing or feeling. It also laid the foundation for modern scientific reasoning and the idea that certainty begins within the mind through logic and deduction.
The good sense is the best distributed thing in the world is one of René Descartes' most famous statements and serves as the opening line of his seminal work, Discourse on the Method, Discours de la Méthode. With this powerful opening, Descartes sets the stage for his philosophical project by asserting that common sense, or reason, is equally shared by all human beings. This claim challenges the notion that wisdom or intelligence is reserved for an elite few and invites readers to trust their own rational faculties. It highlights his fundamental belief that anyone, regardless of background, can achieve knowledge and truth by applying reason methodically.